Subscribing to The Observer on YouTube couldn't be easier, and we're going to show you exactly how to do that. First, navigate to www.youtube.com/theobservernj. Once you get there, all you need to do is hit the subscribe button. Next to the subscribe button, click the down arrow and then all. And that's it. You're subscribed, and now anytime The Observer is live, you will be notified.
You can now listen to the Observer Live podcast in languages other than English. Here's how. First, click on the Settings tab right here. Then, look up for audio track and click on that. Then, scroll around for different languages, find the one that you want to hear everything in, and click on it. And it's that simple. Now you can listen to everything in the language of your choice on the Observer Live podcast.
Hi again, everybody. It's Kevin Canessa coming to you live from the newsroom of The Observer and TheObserver.com on this, the 21st day of July in the year 2026. As we do each and every Tuesday, you join me so that I can bring you this week's news. And as we begin each broadcast every week, Tony Mondero of the Harrison Weather Center joins us, and Tony is here to tell us about this weather forecast. What's up, brother?
I'll tell you, Kevin, busy news day, busy weather day here as we are under the gun again for very heavy rainfall and possibly severe weather. Right now, the National Weather Service has issued a flood watch for our area that goes through late tonight. We'll be watching for considerable amounts of rainfall developing this afternoon into tonight. Could have a similar situation like we did around the area last Saturday where we had some flooding. So we'll have to watch out for that. And today there's also a chance of severe weather. And I wouldn't rule out in some places, especially north and west of our area, there could be an isolated tornado. Temperatures right now are running in the low 80s. Low to mid 80s should do it for the day with a nice southwest wind at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Changeable skies, they may brighten up. And if it gets sunny out for a couple of hours, that's self-destructive sunshine. We don't want the sun getting out today because it'll only make the atmosphere more unstable. So if you've got plans for this afternoon and for tonight, be weather aware. Do not drive into don't drive through flooded roads, and keep heed of the latest watches and warnings issued by the National Weather Service and our post on Facebook. It could save your life today.
Yes, going back to last week, you had mentioned to me, and I remember calling you on Saturday morning saying, should I go to my mother's up in Morristown to see her in the hospital? And you said you're probably better off turning around. And we saw how destructive some of those storms were really, and especially even just a couple of blocks away from you in Harrison by the PATH station. That was pretty incredible what it looked like there, right? Did you see any of those videos, or were you down there at all?
No, we were here at the weather center, and we were coordinating with the DPWs, and we always coordinate usually with the DPWs and emergency management teams around the area when we have situations like this. So they were explaining to me that the tide was coming up, and due to the high tide and the same time simultaneously getting that heavy rainfall, that kind of made the situation worse down by the Harrison Path last Saturday. Similar situation today. We have to be very, very careful. Take this seriously. If you're going to be out and about, there might be some outdoor activities tonight. I would say cancel them. I would not even. I would say in 100% certainty that anybody having any type of a concert tonight or outdoor plans should be canceled because of a severe, very severe weather situation this evening. You could be sitting ducks out there if nothing's going on, and this line of thunderstorms coming across between 5, 6, 7, and 8 o'clock tonight comes across. Believe me, Kevin, we're going to really get whacked by this. The saving grace, it's moving, so it's not going to be stalled to be going out, but it's a pack of powerful punches it moves across.
Wow. If you're just joining us, Tony Mondero of the Harrison Weather Center is here with us today. Tony, you mentioned on Saturday, and you also mentioned it today, the possibility of a tornado. Now, we don't see too many tornadoes around here, but what is it about the conditions in the atmosphere and the air that causes tornadoes to come about, especially in a place like this where you don't see them that often?
Right, and it's the wind direction at every different level. So we look for spin or vorticity on the weather map, and also a very strong jet stream above us. Now, where we're going to be hurt today, we're going to gain down the road as we have a nice weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday into Sunday, Kevin. Chamber of Commerce weekend. Sunny skies, low humidity, low temperatures in the low to mid 80s, and overnight lows in the upper 50s, low 60s. But getting there is going to be the real challenge. And we have to be careful because there'll be severe weather and possibly those isolated tornadoes, especially to the north and west of us.
Tony, you follow this constantly. You're always on top of this. But in times like this, will you put notices on social media, or have you taken a step back? Like if people need to be aware of something that might happen imminently, do you still do that? Do you still put the alerts out there, or how does that work for people who are maybe not familiar with what you do?
So what we do, Kevin, on our Facebook, HarrisonWeather.com, and also Facebook, Harrison Weather One on Facebook, we'll post the official information by the National Weather Service. Most print and news media on TV and social media won't give them credit, but if it's from the National Weather Service, we're going to say that we're partners with the National Weather Service. It's not us versus them. We're all in this together.
Right.
And plus, we'll issue what we're thinking about our local area. Remember, the Weather Service has got a large area they forecast for, where Tony Mondero just hones in. South Bergen, Essex, Eastern Essex County, Hudson County, and parts of Union County. We like to call it, Kev, to the Hudson River to the east, Route 4 north, west of the Garden State Parkway, and south of around exit 13 on the New Jersey Turnpike. That's our area of expertise there, and there's a reason for that, so I can concentrate on just this area. And I know there's millions and billions of people that are being affected. I don't need to say that. It's been like that ever since weather, and we come together. We don't need to keep saying that. Some news media said billions are going to be affected. Of course, we're a densely populated area. My goal here is not to hype and to keep you and everyone safe.
And that's all you ever do. And you've never hyped weather. You've never caused a panic the way some people have. And I think, and I'll say this again, I'll say it to my last breath, this is what separates you from all of the other people. Tony, is there anything else people need to know about this weekend or this week or this weekend coming up? Or are we pretty much covered here today?
We're pretty much covered, Kevin. The only thing I would like to say, be careful of the severe weather later on and the possible flooding. And the weekend's going to be awesome. Awesome weather weekend from Thursday through Sunday. Plenty of sunshine, low humidity, nice comfortable temperatures, and nice wind. No smoke in the area as well. So we're looking good after we get by today.
Tony, always a pleasure. I appreciate you doing this. I know we had to switch from Wednesdays to Tuesdays over the last couple of weeks, and you're always here, and I cannot thank you enough for that and for everything you do. Thank you, brother.
No problem, sir. My pleasure, and have a great show today.
Thank you, Tony. Talk to you later. There he is, the immortal Tony Mondero. He, of course, of the Harrison Weather Center since 1982. 1982, he's been doing this, and it started out as a labor of love for him, and it has turned into a major, massive operation over on Davis Avenue in Harrison, and we cannot thank Tony enough for spending part of the day with us here. Now, before I get into the news, and I think most of you know, we have a lot of serious news to get to today. There's a lot of people in the chat room who I've seen so far that I want to say hello to. First, Richard Smith is here. Richard, good to see you. Lori Brado is here with us. June Hearn, Mama June, is watching us from down the shore. Good to see you, Mama June, always. Lorraine Sanfilippo is also here with us. Denise Pavlik is here. Also, I see Henry Atwell here, and Larry Hanlon, and Marianne Grajewski is also here with us as well. It is very, very good to see all of you here. Carol Manley is also here as well. So let's take a look now. I think most of you know it by now that there was a terrible homicide, double homicide in North Arlington over the weekend. And it really came out of nowhere when all of this happened. And I want to tell you what we know. And I also want to tell you make a couple of comments about this as well, because I did something that I have never done in all the years that we've had Facebook, which has been since 2010 here at The Observer. I turned comments off after the news broke about this homicide. Now, first, we'll start off by mentioning the names of the two people who were killed. One is Brian Dominic Lockett. He is 28, was 28, and he was a resident of North Arlington. And the other victim was Ezekiel Aquino. He's 29 years old, and he lived in Newark. And it was Sunday, I guess it was at some point Sunday night. I think this happened around 8:38 p.m. when the shots rang out. And there was a lot of commotion. There was a lot of confusion. There was a lot of commenting going on social media, and people were speculating. Now, you may look at this screen and say, why did you blur out the names of the businesses there? And the reason I did that, and you can look it up, you see the address, you can find it very, very easily yourselves, names of the business. The truth of the matter is that none of the businesses on Ridge Road had any connection to what happened. And the Bergen County Prosecutor's Office is still investigating the situation. And that's why what was going on Facebook on Sunday night and then into Monday was so ridiculous, where people were saying, I heard it was here, I heard it was there. They were using the names of different businesses and things of that nature, also making it seem as though these incidents took place starting in a lot of those businesses. And I can tell you unequivocally right now that that is not the case. That did not happen. That did not happen at all. And when you put comments about the name of a business out there, and this is again why I think I mentioned earlier, I turned off the comments, that could ruin the business. You know, if people get this impression that a particular bar on Ridge Road or anywhere for that matter is the scene of a murder, people might not necessarily return to it. And so the amount of times that we saw people saying, I heard it happened here, I heard it happened there, what is the point of that? You have to be patient. You know, like we don't get these news items right away. Okay, even if I decided not to go down there, I thought about going down there, and then I realized it was going to be blocked off. And going down there would have been more difficult than it would have been beneficial, I believe. And the sad thing was that two people lost their lives here. You know, people were dead, and people were making comments about overcrowded towns and the demographics of the population and things of that nature. I don't know why it's necessary for people to do that on social media, but I guess they do. They do. And so I really felt the need, and I don't like to do that, but I turned the comments off because it was just so it was so out of hand. And it wasn't just on our page. I saw a few things from other people where it was happening there, and people were just out of control. That's the only way I could put it. But this was a rare thing that happened in North Arlington. It's been a while since there was a homicide in North Arlington. And the fortunate thing that I can say right now is that there is no reason to believe anybody in North Arlington is in any kind of danger right now. An arrest has not been made yet. There was a lot of information that got out that shouldn't have. And we just simply don't know the motives yet. We don't know who the people are, but the North Arlington Police Department and the Bergen County Prosecutor's Office, from what I've been told, is working 24/7 to solve this crime. And Mayor Dan Pronti, who I spoke to yesterday and the day before that as well, says that they will not stop and they will not rest until the people who are responsible for these two crimes are in custody. And so that is where it stands right now. The two people who lost their lives, once again, Brian Lockett, 28, he of North Arlington, and Ezekiel Aquino, 29, he of Newark, both lost their lives on Sunday night. And we pray for them and their families and all of the families involved with these senseless tragedies, both of them. And as soon as we get more information, about what happened that day. We're going to let you know as we can. Some news agencies do this, and we don't. Sometimes what they will do is they will go out with any type of information they get, whether it's from witnesses, passersby, family, things of that nature. We only use the information we get in a homicide from the particular um, prosecutor's offices, because it's too often that's how bad info gets out there. And we don't want that to happen here, especially in this case. But as soon as we learn that an arrest is made or arrests are made, we will join you. We will come back live, no matter what time of the day it is, unless, of course, it's overnight. But we will join you and let you know. And we will try to keep you as updated as much as we possibly can on what happened on that terrible, terrible night. But again, 2 people have lost their lives in a tragic shooting in North Arlington. And may both of them rest in peace, and certainly hope for the sake of their families that they are all holding up, and God only knows how they are. What a tragedy, such a terrible, terrible thing to have to go through. Now, yesterday was a very interesting day too, because 2 things happened in the town of Kearney. We have not reported about it yet, but I want to tell you that, number one, a man was killed on a motorcycle last night on Passaic Avenue over by the Marshall store. And then there was another case where somebody who was, I believe, drinking and driving hit a pole. And my dear friend Melanie Ryan showed me a video and sent me a video of somebody who had taken the shots from, I think, one of the Vermella properties. And you will see what kind of damage this caused, the crash. So without any further ado, here this is. I don't want to say with 100% certainty that it's one of the other incidents that happened, but it was certainly in that area. So it was one of the 2. But take a look at this. It's pretty incredible what happened after this. Well, one of these incidents took place last night. Take a look.
Oh my God, somebody's screaming. Oh my God. Yes, I called 911 already. Oh my God. Oh my God. A car rammed into the gas station.
I got to tell you, I've seen transformers blow. I've never seen anything like that. That looked like the fireworks were going off. It was just horrible. So I don't know, folks. That's what it was. That was pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy, but it was a very busy day. Kearney Police Department was getting their money's worth over the last couple of weeks, days especially. And speaking of that, I want to tell you a little bit about this. This is Detective Brian San Martin and Anthony Nunez. The 2 of them just completed a certified crime cyber investigator course from the National White Collar Crime Center. And they both received these credentials, which validate, I'm reading this, by the way, an investigator's ability to detect, respond to, and investigate cyber crimes. To get this certification, applicants have to demonstrate a qualifying combination of directly related work experience, education, and specialized training, and meet the standards set by the organization, which is congressionally funded, a nonprofit, and provides training and technical assistance to law enforcement agencies nationwide. And what I think is really important for everybody to know, Chief Scott McPhee said this very clearly, is that Brian and Anthony were the ones who wanted to do this. Neither one of them had to be asked, no one had to be asked to take the training. They both volunteered to do this training. And this is something that will become an incredible tool when it comes to investigating computer crimes. And I know Anthony. I don't know Brian as much as I do Anthony, and both of them are fantastic detectives. They do incredible work, do the two of them. And this is just another one of those things that police officers in Kearney and other departments are doing this too. I don't want to take that away, but this is what we know about today, and this is what we're talking about today. They do so many things that people don't necessarily see that make them better police officers. And Anthony and Brian are just another one of the examples of how often we see this happening in the Kearney Police Department. So well done to Anthony and to Brian getting this certification. It will make solving crimes involving computers so much better because of the training that they got and because the two of them decided on their own that they wanted to take these courses. And well done, Chief McPhee, for allowing them to do those two things. Now, a couple of other things which we do every week until this happens. The Kearney Public School Uniform Exchange is in full effect already. If you have old uniforms to donate, there are 3 drop-off locations. As you can see, Kearney Town Hall is one of them for public schools. Also, the Soccer Post, 256 Kearney Avenue, also for public schools. And if you have kids in the charter school, Bubble Land Laundromat at 18 Kearney Avenue, that is where to drop those items off. Very important to pay it forward so that people do not have to pay for uniforms on a yearly basis. This is a program that Jenny Paz started 5 years ago, and she has turned it into an amazing operation. So great job by Jenny Paz and her crew for doing this. And as part of this program, I'm sorry, I put the wrong thing up here. School supplies drive is also on their way as well. If you have the ability to do this and can donate to this, 500 or so backpacks are given out every year. You can pause this video right now and copy down that web address, or you can come up with the things on your own. You see there is an extensive list of things that Jenny is looking for. There are 3 drop-off locations for this: Town Hall, Kearney Police Department, and Kearney Fire Department. And the generosity of people is just remarkable that we see this every year. It's really, really amazing. And Jenny just put here in the chat room, we may have found a new laundry service. She will keep us posted, and as soon as we know, we will let you know. But, this is not a cheap proposition, folks. It may seem like just because you're donating clothing that this is just you bring the clothes, you donate it, and you give them away. No, this stuff has to be cleaned, it has to be folded, and it's a big process. And in August, you'll see it in action over at the Kearney American Legion. It's a remarkable process that started out small and has grown exponentially since then. But when you meet Jenny, if you haven't yet, give her a pat on the back because she does so many great things in this town. That is just one of the examples of all the great things that she does. And she's also the Girl Scout Woman of the Year. There's a reason why she got that award, because she does so much for so many people. And this started yesterday. The Kearney Farmers Market has returned. It is at the park over across the street from the Walgreens on Kearney Avenue. Every Monday is the farmers market, so head on over there. I didn't get over there yesterday because we were running a little bit late yesterday, and I didn't get there until 3:45. But there was a lot of stands and vegetables. For those of you who want to go over and might want to grab a bite to eat, they have a hot dog stand there as well. And I want to thank Councilwoman Mary Trine DeCastro for bringing this back. The original program, which used to happen over by the library, unfortunately fell through when the vendor pulled out, the farmer pulled out. But Mary Trine was very, very insistent on keeping this alive, and that's exactly what she did. And it's in a new location now. It's a little bit smaller than it used to be, but it will still get you all the things that you need, fresh vegetables and things of that nature, and other vendors who will be there to sell their products. So check it out between 11 and 4 every Monday through the 26th day of October. Now, in this week's newspaper, we have 2 pages of classifieds. And is also, I didn't get a chance to finish this, but there was also a great World Cup party at the Spanish Pavilion in Harrison. And I'm going to show you a video of it next week because I forgot to finish it this afternoon. We had a lot of things going on. I don't believe this happened again, but we just got kicked off on Facebook again around the same time as we did. I don't know if they're limiting the amount of people we can see, unfortunately, but it's a shame. So I think anybody who's still here, I thank you. Anybody who's watching on one of the other platforms, I thank you as well. And we will see you back here again next week. From the newsroom of The Observer and TheObserver.com, it's Kevin Canessa signing off for now. We'll see you back here again very, very soon. Take care, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.